The clock on the microwave blinked, 8:17 p.m. It was a typical evening, the kind where the mundane routines of life carried on without much thought. The hum of the microwave, the soft glow of the kitchen lights, everything seemed perfectly normal. Outside, the familiar hum of the city was fading. An unsettling quiet descended. The usual sounds of traffic, distant conversations, and the occasional siren were replaced by an eerie silence that seemed to stretch on forever. Then, with no warning, everything went dark. The suddenness of it was jarring, as if the world had been plunged into an abyss. The comforting glow of streetlights and the warm lights from neighboring houses vanished in an instant. The television flickered off, plunging the room into shadow. The familiar background noise of a favorite show was replaced by an oppressive silence. The room, once filled with the soft glow of the TV, was now a void of darkness. John reached for his phone, the cold grip of fear tightening around his chest. His mind raced with questions. Was it just their house? Was it the entire neighborhood? The uncertainty gnawed at him. The screen remained stubbornly black. No messages, no notifications, just a lifeless piece of technology. The realization that he was cut off from the world outside began to sink in. His wife, Sarah, looked up from her book, her face etched with concern. The flickering candlelight cast shadows that danced across her worried expression. She had been engrossed in her novel, but now, the story seemed trivial compared to the reality unfolding around them. "What's going on?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper in the sudden stillness. The question hung in the air, heavy with the weight of the unknown. John had no answer. He just knew, with chilling certainty, that this was no ordinary blackout. The air felt charged with a sense of impending doom, a feeling that something far more sinister was at play. This was something far worse. The darkness seemed to have a life of its own, creeping into every corner, every crevice, as if it were swallowing the world whole. Across the city, and indeed across the nation, millions of others were experiencing the same terrifying scenario. The vast network of lights that defined the modern landscape had been snuffed out, leaving a sprawling darkness in its wake. The power grid, that intricate and often invisible network that powered our modern lives, had collapsed. The very backbone of society, the unseen force that kept everything running smoothly, had failed. The lifeblood of our society, the flow of electricity that connected us, entertained us, and sustained us, had been severed. The implications were staggering. No lights, no communication, no way to reach out for help. The blackout wasn't just an inconvenience. It was a catastrophic event that would forever change the fabric of their lives. Families huddled together using candles and flashlights to pierce the darkness, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames. The world as they knew it had been turned upside down, and the path forward was shrouded in uncertainty. Our dependence on the power grid has reached a critical juncture. In today's world, electricity is the backbone of our daily lives, powering everything from our homes to our workplaces and even our modes of transportation. We rely on this intricate web of generators, transformers, and power lines for everything from basic necessities like lighting and refrigeration to complex systems like communication, healthcare, and transportation. Imagine a day without electricity. No lights, no internet, no functioning hospitals, and no way to charge electric vehicles. Yet, this critical infrastructure is more vulnerable than we care to admit. The fragility of our power grid is a stark reminder of how easily our modern conveniences can be disrupted. Natural disasters, always a looming threat, can cripple power grids with terrifying ease. Hurricanes, earthquakes, and wildfires can cause extensive damage, leading to prolonged outages and significant economic losses. Hurricanes, earthquakes, and even severe solar storms have the potential to unleash widespread blackouts, leaving entire regions paralyzed. Emergency shelters often become a refuge for those affected, but the strain on resources can be overwhelming. Beyond the fury of nature, a new breed of threats has emerged, striking at the very heart of our interconnected world. Cyberattacks, launched by rogue nations or malicious actors, can disrupt power grids with surgical precision, holding our critical infrastructure hostage to digital warfare. Cyberattacks, launched by rogue nations or malicious actors, can disrupt power grids with surgical precision, holding our critical infrastructure hostage to digital warfare. Governments and organizations are constantly on high alert, working tirelessly to safeguard our power systems from these invisible threats. Geopolitical tensions, simmering beneath the surface, can erupt with little warning, disrupting energy supplies and plunging nations into darkness. International summits on energy security highlight the importance of cooperation and preparedness in the face of such threats. Even our aging infrastructure, often neglected and overburdened, poses a constant threat. Its decaying components a ticking time bomb waiting to plunge us into chaos. Modernizing our power grid is not just a necessity but an urgent priority to ensure a resilient and reliable energy future. A power grid collapse is not just about flickering lights and silent televisions. It's a domino effect, triggering a cascade of failures that can cripple even the most advanced societies. Imagine a world without the internet, where communication networks grind to a halt, isolating communities and severing lifelines. Picture hospitals struggling to function, their life-saving equipment rendered useless, their ability to provide critical care severely compromised. Without refrigeration, food spoils rapidly, leading to shortages and potential health hazards. Water treatment plants fall silent, compromising access to safe drinking water. Financial transactions become impossible, leaving businesses paralyzed and individuals cut off from their savings. The delicate balance of our interconnected world unravels, revealing the fragility beneath our modern conveniences. As days turn into weeks, the absence of power becomes more than just an inconvenience. It becomes a fight for survival. Be prepared, your home as a bastion of resilience. In the face of such a scenario, the importance of home preparedness cannot be overstated. Your home should be your sanctuary, your fortress against the uncertainties of a world without power. This means taking proactive steps today to ensure your family's well-being when the grid goes down. Start by assessing your needs and vulnerabilities. Identify potential risks specific to your location, whether it's hurricanes, earthquakes, or winter storms. Develop a comprehensive plan that addresses food, water, shelter, security, and communication. Stockpile at least a 2-week supply of non-perishable food and water for each member of your family. Invest in alternative lighting sources such as candles, oil lamps, and battery-powered lanterns. Consider acquiring a backup power source such as a generator or solar panels to power essential appliances and devices. Powering your world backup power solutions for your home. In today's world, where we rely heavily on electricity for almost every aspect of our daily lives, having a backup power solution is more important than ever. When the grid goes down, a reliable backup power source can mean the difference between inconvenience and disaster. Imagine being in the middle of a storm, and suddenly, the lights go out. Without a backup power source, you could be left in the dark, unable to keep your food fresh, charge your devices, or even stay warm. For short-term outages, portable generators offer a cost-effective solution, capable of powering essential appliances like refrigerators, lights, and small medical devices. These generators are relatively easy to set up and can be a lifesaver during unexpected power cuts. Be sure to choose a generator that meets your power requirements and operate it safely outdoors to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. Always read the manual carefully and follow all safety guidelines to ensure you and your family stay safe. For a more sustainable and long-term solution, consider investing in solar panels. Solar energy harnesses the power of the sun, providing a renewable source of electricity that can significantly reduce your dependence on the grid. While requiring a larger upfront investment, solar panels provide clean, renewable energy that can power your home independently of the grid. Over time, this investment can pay off, not only in terms of energy savings but also in reducing your carbon footprint. Pair your solar panels with a battery storage system to ensure power availability even during nighttime hours and cloudy days. This combination allows you to store excess energy generated during the day for use when the sun isn't shining. Remember, maintaining your backup power source is crucial. Whether you choose a generator or a solar power system, regular maintenance is key to ensuring it functions properly when you need it most. Regularly inspect and test your generator or solar power system to ensure they're ready to perform when needed. This includes checking fuel levels, battery health, and ensuring all components are in good working order. By staying proactive, you can ensure that your home remains powered, no matter what challenges come your way. Pantry Power stocking up for long-term survival. Food is more than just sustenance. It's a source of comfort and security, especially during times of crisis. A well-stocked pantry is your lifeline in a grid-down scenario, providing essential nutrition and peace of mind when grocery stores are closed or inaccessible. Focus on building a supply of non-perishable items that require no cooking or refrigeration, such as canned goods, dried fruits, nuts, and energy bars. Don't forget about comfort foods like coffee, tea, and chocolate, which can boost morale during challenging times. Rotate your food supplies regularly, using older items first to prevent spoilage and ensure freshness. Consider learning basic food preservation techniques like canning and dehydrating to extend the shelf life of your food stores. Remember, a well-fed family is a resilient family. Let there be light and safety. Alternative lighting and fire prevention. In a world without electricity, light becomes a precious commodity, not just for illumination but also for safety and security. Candles, while readily available and inexpensive, pose a significant fire hazard, especially in homes with children or pets. Opt for safer alternatives like oil lamps, battery-powered lanterns, and solar-powered lights. Ensure you have an ample supply of fuel for your chosen lighting source, whether it's lamp oil, batteries, or kerosene. Practice fire safety measures diligently. Keep a fire extinguisher readily accessible and ensure your family knows how to use it properly. Designate safe areas for using open flames and never leave them unattended. Remember, a little caution can prevent a disaster.